Yusufu Kibanji came flying through the finish line to celebrate the end of his 21-kilometer challenge. The Kilimanjaro Marathon helps to raise awareness for initiatives like the Amani Center for Street Children, a place that transforms these children's lives and gives them a second chance.
These children, they've been traumatized a lot on the street, so we give them the opportunity to really kind of doing something else which they never did it before in their lives. Like if maybe they've been walking around and they're on the street like begging or doing whatever, but we feel like giving them this opportunity, they can be healthy, to practice the sport and everything, so they can kind of helping them to be able to be physically fit. We are relying with a donation to supporting these children either while they're here or after we find them with their families. So we are hoping like to link with the KILI Marathon, we'll be able to create awareness to many people who they are coming to run here at Kilimanjaro.
A great race to get all the Moshi residents fired up and joining together is the 5-kilometer fun run sponsored by Vodacom.
KILI is gorgeous out today, perfect day for a run.
Over 3,500 people registered for this race.
It's exciting. It's almost like a tradition. Every year someone has to come from a region to come and represent their part of the country. So for me that's exciting, because not only do we build communities, but we also build friendship and also create an opportunity for people to become better runners in the future, and also to create opportunity for those who've never run before to experience it.
The excitement at the start almost had some officials bowled over as the enthusiastic crowd took to the road to enjoy the camaraderie and beautiful scenery around the town of Moshi. As well as sponsoring the 5-kilometer fun run, Vodacom continually supports the communities in Tanzania and has helped the children of the Karibu Longui Center in keeping with their social grants.
Vodacom has brought some items to support this center, which actually looks after handicapped, mentally handicapped and physically handicapped children. We've basically brought food stuff like rice, beans, flour, toothpaste, toothbrushes, and many more items just to support the center, because we know they're looking after these kids.
As a company, we believe in having fun. Yes, we are a corporate company, but at the end of the day, we all love having fun, and what a better way of making marathons fun. You can run, you can jog, you can walk, so long as you finish the 5 kilometers. So we believe everyone should go back home with something that they can share with their families. Yes, I ran, but I've got a goodie bag that's going to have a lot of gifts that they can share with their families, and something they can use for 1 year till the next marathon again.
The energy in the Moshi Stadium is huge, as the nearly 2,300 half-marathon competitors from nearly 40 countries gather momentum and head off excitedly out of the stadium and out onto the streets of Moshi. The athletes in the 21K half-marathon set a good pace, and with a record of 1:03.04 in mind, they keep pace and make sure they are on track. For the half-marathon, it's out of the stadium and almost straight into what can be a continual climb to the CFAO Motors halfway point on the foothills of Kilimanjaro. Tanzanian runner Dixon Marwa is looking strong and ups the pace for the rest to follow. But the break is too early, and as he falls back, Saila Limo from Kenya confidently makes his way to the front. As they make their way up the hill towards the Great Mountain and the halfway point, they all know that the sprint for the line starts as they turn back down the hill towards the Tanzanite 1 water point. The pace almost doubles, with the top runners reaching speeds of under 3 minutes a kilometer. With the pressure from Bernard Kiprotich, Saila Limo is totally focused as one mistake at this stage would give Bernard a clear lead. Saila Limo stays on track, opening the gap between as he heads into the stadium for a fantastic finish in a time of 1 hour, 3 minutes and 49 seconds, just off last year's time of 1 hour, 3 minutes and 4 seconds. Bernard Kiprotich was through in second place, only 16 seconds behind the leader. Third and fourth place were taken by Tanzanian runners Charles Okari and Dixon Marwa. The Moshi crowd celebrated as the great Tanzanian runner Sarah Ramadan won the women's half marathon in a time of 1 hour, 13 minutes and 39 seconds, 40 seconds short of the record. Second place in a time of 1 hour, 14 minutes and 38 seconds was Vikoti Chepkemoi of Kenya. Back with the full marathon race, and the front runners were winding their way through the town of Moshi. Robert Kiprotich of Kenya made an early break, hoping to shake off the rest of the pack. But by the time they reached the Clouds FM International School of Moshi water table around the 26-kilometer mark, Kipkemoi Kipsang, also of Kenya, edged forward and then very quickly opened up a 50-meter lead. His lead was very short-lived, and Abraham Kipkosgei and a few other runners were not letting him get away. As they headed into the foothills of Kilimanjaro, Kipkemoi Kipsang once again stretched his legs and took the lead. He is a powerful runner and opened up a bigger gap this time. But Kenyan Julius Kilimo was keeping him in sight, knowing that the CFAO Motors turnaround point just up ahead would mean a totally different game, as the runners would gallop down the hill for the last 10 kilometers of the race. The small bunch in the leading ladies made their way through the town of Moshi and past the early morning spectators. Kenyan runners Edna Joseph and Frida too were looking strong and surged forward at the 20-kilometer mark. The rest of the pack were running hard to stay close to them. Meanwhile, leading man Kipkemoi Kipsang was doing everything he could to extend his lead, but Julius Kilimo was closing the gap as they flew down the hill with 8 kilometers to go. Third place runner Dominic Kangor was still in the running and just off the pace at 30 seconds behind. Edna Joseph prepared her assault on the next 8 kilometers, a tough climb around 400 meters in altitude with Kilimanjaro's towering presence up ahead. At this stage, the climb was taking its toll on Frida too, and Eunice Muchiri shifted up a gear and settled into second place. Back with the men's leaders, and at the TPC Sugar 38-kilometer mark, Kenyan Kipkemoi Kipsang still had Julius Kilimo only a few seconds behind him. He knew it was time to make a last move. He edged forward and opened up the gap and gave it everything he had for the last 3 kilometers to the finish. Close to the stadium now, Kipkemoi Kipsang had a comfortable lead, and with the crowds drawing him in, he finished in a fantastic time of 2 hours 14 minutes 58 seconds. Julius Kilimo came in nearly a minute behind on 2 hours 15 minutes 45 seconds. Third place Kenyan runner Dominic Kangor finished in 2:16:27. Back with the ladies, Edna Joseph opened her lead at the Simba cement water table and with 6 kilometers to go was 2 minutes ahead of Eunice Muchiri in second place. Edna Joseph had one last look back to make sure there were no surprises. She came flying into the stadium and finished in a fantastic time of 2 hours, 39 minutes and 6 seconds. Eunice Muchiri finished 2 minutes later in a great time of 2:41.02. As the competitors made their way across the finish line, the runners were enjoying the breathtaking scenery.
10 to go! 10!
Paul and Catherine are running the marathon in support of Molly's network.
Molly's Network is delighted to be involved with the KILI Marathon. This project is in a school. There's 470 children in this school, but crammed into 5 classrooms.
The rural areas in Tanzania are in desperate need of education and support. Molly's Network also educates school children and their families on sustainability and creates food viability all year round.
Running the full marathon is a massive personal challenge. Uphill, at altitude, in the heat is so much more worthwhile if we're actually raising funds to help others. It's a great motivator.
The children of Moshi were giving moral support to the competitors as they made their way to the finish.
These are the heroes. Let it run. Yeah, it's been a killer. What a great run. Fantastic.
Martin Parnell has set a world record for running 250 marathons in 1 year. This is his 279th.
Wonderful course. The people are fabulous. The little kids have been running with us and chatting with them, so this has been terrific. Really good. Great to be here.
The Minister of Sports and Culture is thrilled with the contribution the KILI Marathon has made to Tanzanian athletics.
I would love to have as many of our youth engaged in these sports. The experience was awesome. I just said, this is awesome. This is just out of this world, at least for us in Tanzania.
The Kilimanjaro Marathon connects runners of all strengths, draws together the surrounding communities and leaves a glowing memory for those that took on the challenge.
I think it's a great event and it's great to see Tanzanians up there really competing, and certainly we're going to be back for number 12 and it's going to get better, and as we always say, it's going to go to greater heights.
This program was brought to you by the proud sponsors of the Kilimanjaro Premium Lager Marathon.